Nobody's here yet. Hey, Christian, what's up? What's up, Frank? Good. Hey, what's up? Is that you, Greg? This is fun. I'm a big draw. Oh my God. Dude, that was such shit. Hey, Frank. Dude, how do you do that? At Mannion Show? Fucking idiot. Hi, Rachel. How are you? Well, this is the inaugural episode of Beast Coast Live. A little bit about me. I have been doing down and dirty at the Goon, Fine Mag Labs and muscle gels. Um, Long time lifter, years, centuries. Ron! That's Ron Harris, everybody. Editor, MD, online. A cold-blooded entertainer and a warm-blooded individual. What's going on, people? You went on RX to complain? Oh, that's good. That's real good. Another feather in Dave's cap there. I was hoping Greg would come on so I could hear the stuff about the Yankees beating the Sox 2 nights in a row. Boy. Where's Rockstar? Thanks, Ron. You guys kill it. Yeah, you got to be careful with deadlifting. That's a big jump. 5, 10 pounds at most. I'm not sure what's going on in Virginia. That'd be a Christian question. Don't know much about the Mid-Atlantic. Christian, can you hear me okay? Anybody? Trying to want my glasses on. That isn't going to work too well. Excellent. Yet I can't hear you. Isn't that funny? Okay. New York Pro coming up this week. I mean, 2 weeks. 2 Saturdays, let's call it that. It's going to be a nice show. Oh, the Reebok pump story. Okay. This is Big Mike Cox, by the way. Board member, longtime board member, and hopefully co-host of the show. Reebok pumps. God, what year did they come out? 1989. And they came out in 1989. So I was a kid. I pre-ordered them at the store. Hold on for a second. I pre-ordered them at the store so I could get them. We had this little neighborhood store that had all that kind of junk. All the jabots, all the hot white clothes of the era. And I pre-ordered the Reebok pumps, and I got them. God, at the time I think I paid up $150 for them, which was a lot of money back then. A lot of money. Had them about a week. I was taking the subway. And 2 guys came up, pulled up. One of them had a knife. They said, "Give us your shoes." First of all, at that age, I had a size 15. Why do they need a size 15? And I was not giving up these freaking shoes. So we end up going at it, rolling around on the subway. Big pig pile, punches thrown. I got one guy, another guy's hitting me. Have one guy in a headlock. We're going at it. Next thing I know, I get bitten. And I have a little piece of my ear taken out. Well, I kept my sneakers. Lost a piece of my ear. And I'm pretty sure one of the kids may have lost sight in one eye. Who the hell knows? But that was like back in the day. Wicked old school. So Mike Cox, that is the Reebok pump story. Oh, back to the New York Pro. This is going to be a good show. It's going to be like the first time in a while. It's like living up to like the old Night of Champions kind of legacy. I mean, you got the New York boys, John and Juan. Both of them have great physiques. Then you have Nathan the Asher coming in, who, in my opinion, is going to blow away the show. I think the kid's going to be legit. Yeah, Rachel, growing up in the city of Boston was a little bit different than growing up in Virginia. Yeah, I think Nathan is going to win this and go on to do really well in the Olympia. Yeah, Christian, he's damn good. Look at that structure. It's interesting is he left Kuwait. Holyfield, no shit. Yeah, but I didn't get as much money. I just got to keep my shoes. And my self-respect. Oh my God, it's Derek Culhane. What's up, brother? Derek Culhane, one of the best chefs on the entire Beast Coast. Makes some killer steak tips. Nathan's got to be the favorite. Well, I think the big problem with Kuwait is them bringing people in. It just seems like they haven't nailed anyone's condition 100%. Oh, PA. Good, Eastern PA. You're part of the East Coast. Yeah, Derek, when's that day coming? Should be soon. Yeah, Nathan, I think, could eventually be a top 3 Olympian. Definitely could. I mean, look at the tools on him. And he's just put on his mask just so well. He still kept, I mean, he's got crazy shape, has nice structure. No, Sergio's going to Chicago. Oh, God, you're inducing. Congratulations, Killer. That's an occasion for some Jameson. Yeah, Sergio's doing Chicago. He's doing his hometown show, which I don't blame him one bit. If given the choice between New York and Boston, I take Boston any day. I mean, it's your hometown. You got to do what you got to do. I also think Sergio's going to be really good. I mean, we have a new crop of good guys coming up. I mean, there's going to be a little bit of passing of the guard to a certain extent. I mean, I know Christian loves Roden. Nothing against Sean Roden. Him, even Dex is going to crack at some point. Yeah, I like Juan too. I just don't think he can take Nathan. Juan just always ends up a little bit off with his conditioning and something about his legs that just don't look right. I don't know what happens to him during his prep. You see the training videos. I mean, he absolutely hammers them. I don't know, maybe it's part of his diet. Yeah, Canadian. Zane Watson. Oh, God, I can't even think of the guy's name now. The guy who won the Classic at Pittsburgh. Yeah, Sergio's working with Milos. Dude, think about that. What could happen? I know people were saying that he didn't do a great job with Hide. I think he did a pretty good job with Hide. Hide went in and made a pretty decent acclaim of himself back in the open. Rocco. Yeah, I do think Jose can win a 212. Um, he was damn close last year. Damn close. Well, he'll be offended because I'm swearing. I haven't said a good one yet. It's Boston. It's proper. Oops, there we go. I'm awesome. Yeah, that guy who won the Classic in Pittsburgh, he's competing in the 212. Guy's got a killer physique. Killer physique. He's kind of tall, though. Yeah, Steve Reynes. I just don't know how he's going to do against short, compact 212 guys, though. Everett over in Kuwait. Evan would never let anybody cook his meals. That's the thing. He has to. He loves his nutrition, and he knows it in and out, probably as good, or if not better than anybody in the game. Uh, well, Mandy, I'm not saying that. I haven't had Branch's new beef jerky yet, and I really should because it's probably going to be freaking awesome. If there's anything Branch knows about, is beef. I mean, Texan, hard lifter. Yeah. Have you had it? Good. Now I want some beef jerky. Oh, and I know this is going to bother somebody. I'm from Boston. There's going to be some Dunkin' Donuts. I like coffee, and I know Dave Palumbo hates people drinking on videos. Greg will be here in a minute. He's watching the start of the Sox Yanks game, which I'm not watching. Yeah, I bet he did shoot all of it. Derek here's a Yankees fan. Fucking prick. A lot of some of that tonight. We'll celebrate the birth of your child with some Jameson and some Branch's beef jerky. Some candy for Amanda. Hey, Vinny. Thanks for coming by. Oh, yeah, the 212 is definitely loaded. God, offhand, I can't remember who's on the show, but I can remember it was stacked. Mike, you talking about in general this year or that show? Yeah, Greg is a midget. I don't know. How tall is Big Frank? Okay, I'll make it some Jack. Why not? Keep it American. I do like Jack. Yeah, fuck the Cavs. They are going to win in five, though. But the Celtics are doing with nobody. Yeah, I'm 6'5", 6'4". I used to be 6'5". How tall's Frank? Yeah, the Yanks have been hot. David Price last night sits out of a Red Sox Yankees game with like position at stake because he has carpal tunnel syndrome. Dude, I can't believe that. Carpal tunnel syndrome from playing video games. You're going to sit out of a Red Sox Yankees game and you're making $31 million a year? Go back to the 70s. You had a guy like, speaking of the Yankees, Ron Guidry. Guy weighed buck 75, probably diet consisted of nothing but cheeseburgers, fries, and wild turkey. He pitched eight or nine innings every game, and it was with a four-man rotation. Those guys made crap for money, and they weren't freaking prima donnas. Yeah, Frank is a monster, Mike. Oh, thanks. Yeah, God, I'm going to be 44 this year. I'm old. And I've been, God, lifting since I've been 13. Sears weight set, and then ended up, we had a rec center. We had a rec center down the street, so I've been training like for years. Got routines from the magazines. What's your question, Rock fan? Realistically, I don't think Lee Priest would do very well today. He's older. He hasn't been in show shape in a long time. Now, that's a huge thing, him being actually in show shape. I mean, Lee was one of the all-time greats. I mean, but do I think you could pull some guy back from... I mean, he's not quite Flex Wheeler's age, but shit, we all rooted for Flex. We rooted for Kevin. Look how they do. Things change. Aha, there's Greg. Bastard, you're ahead 2-0. No, 2 games so far. Oh, Big Frank. You think, Frank? I don't... Yeah, Megan Mass 4000. God, everything. Doing the Vince Gironda workouts. Yeah, but what was he standing next to in NABA? You know, it's all about who shows up next here. I mean, it's everyone's having a good day until freaking Phil Heath shows up. You know what I mean? Or Flex Lewis. But the guy that I'm thinking about is Lunsford. He is going to be the new 212 champ. You see the structure on that kid? Dude, clavicles, tiny waist. He's come up from a middleweight. Hasn't blown out his gut. And he's got some shape on him. And from everything that I've seen in interactions I've had with him, you know, online and stuff, he's a great kid. Country boy, got himself really grounded. He's one of the kind of guys you pull for, you know. He's still a couple years away. You know, got to get some detail in there. Separation. Diet down a few more times. To really get that hard, grainy thing going on. I got something for you, Frank. My grandfather used to arm wrestle and was really good at it. He once told me, if anyone ever asks you to arm wrestle, say no, because they're going to hurt you. Yeah, Rosie Hart is a hottie. Great girl. Her and Giles are two of the best people in the business. They really are. Good friends. Yeah, One Fit is insane. There's a whole crop of new people coming up that's really interesting. He's one of the guys that got me curious. And yeah, he's a real good kid. And same thing about Bumstead. I mean, I know he's Canadian, so he's, obviously going to be a little bit nicer. God, the physique on that kid. 23 years old? Oh, yeah, his sister. You want to talk about genetics? Yeah, yeah, dude, I'm afraid. That's what my grandfather always told me. He said, you break your arm. So, yeah, that's why I would never arm wrestle. And being a bigger guy, I always get, Greg's taller than 5 feet. I always get asked, and I'm like, no, smart enough to stay away. Break your arm, thumb wrestling. It's like jujitsu guys, man. Jujitsu guys want you to roll around the floor with them? No way, dude. Sorry. Uh-uh. You're gonna dislocate my shoulder or break my knee in like 2 seconds. I'm not getting involved in that. I used to box, so I'll take my chances with that. But and I mean, people don't understand anything that requires a level of skill, training. I mean, you have to train for something, muscle memory, tendon memory. It just has to be in you more. That's why I like in football. It's so hard when people change positions. Like you'll see somebody like, oh, he's an offensive lineman. Well, next thing you know, he's playing guard and they move him to tackle and he doesn't do. There are a world of different positions. Same thing with an inside receiver and outside receiver. Third base and shortstop. You have to learn some things. Oh, is it great? That's all? In the bodybuilding world, that's pretty tall. Yeah, yeah, yeah. You guys won the last two. What's the score now? Haha. Peak week. What a fucking bullshit. Seriously. You're either fat or you're either in shape or you're not in shape. I still go by that old Dorian thing. You gotta be, completely ready a week out. I mean, you can tweak some things, maybe fill up a little bit. No. Tren? First off, Tren is like considered to be far too magical of a drug. It's good. I mean, it's anabolic and its androgenic properties about 10 out of 10. It all depends on your tolerance of it. Uh, um, if you've never run it before, run Tren Ace. Just because if you have any bad reaction, it gets out of your system quicker. I personally wouldn't touch Tren for more than 12 weeks. You can tell people who do a lot of Tren, their muscles after a while kind of get like this tired look. Some people call it the toxic look. Yeah, it's only the first inning. What was that shit last night? Got excited. Yeah, that's what I was saying earlier. Carpal tunnel bows out of a big game for $31 million a year so he can play video games. Nothing like the old school guys. Roger Clemens would have freaking went out there with a bullet in his foot. That's true. Uh, God, the Yanks, look at that offense. Stanton, Judge. And as it warms up, yeah, Deion Sanders with the turf toe. Yep. When Yankee Stadium warms up, it's a bandbox out to right field. Yeah, Boston got to get their shit together. Especially with, they got to get a bridge guy, an eighth inning guy. Once they can square that away, I think they're going to be all right. Yeah, I definitely think Trent is overhyped. I think it has its uses. You know, it's good pre-contest. Honestly, as you're getting closer to a contest, you probably want to drop your actual test levels down. You know, that's when the trend comes in. I much prefer primo. Finding real primo is a pain in the ass. uh, yeah, well, that wasn't actually boxing. That was my job. Yeah, Stanton's definitely heating up. Dude, it's been a cold spring up here. When it gets warmer, he's going to be crushing them. Now, I'm not a huge Winnie fan, man. Um, One time, when I'm on Winstrol, I can feel my joints and my muscles tightening. I can remember one time after a show, just going up the stairs. I ran a lot of Winstrol for that show because I wasn't positive about the quality of my Anavar. And just going up a step, being dehydrated, I put a tear in my calf. If you're not doing like major heavy lifting and all that stuff, like powerlifting, hitting maxes, yeah, Winnie's a great cutter. But it can definitely lead to pulls, tears. That's why I completely believe the theory that Ben Johnson was tabbed, because if a runner's going to do a drug, it wouldn't be Winnie. Too much risk of muscle pull. Oh, Christian, should I be talking about drugs or not? As I am not a doctor. I know. Last night, bro. Well, you should be running cardio for cardio. Because if you do too much clen and other shit like that, I mean, not only are you putting yourself at risk at heart attack and all that. Yeah, I'll tell people what I've heard. Okay. What I've heard about it. But it can fry your adrenal glands and all that stuff. Now, speaking of, this is a complete idiot move. I couldn't eat anything, dude. I had ulcer surgery the night before. No, I haven't seen the meat puppet. Yeah, I had the ulcer surgery the night before. So, yeah, I couldn't eat anything at Sullivan's. Definitely glaucoma medicine. Okay, this is going to go down in the files of baby idiocy. People are talking about DMP on Frank's show. I'm a prep coach, as you know, and I've done a lot of reading research, and I've had a shit ton of people ask me about DMP. Tide Pods, depends how dirty you are. So I said, fuck it. I'm going to give some a try. Got some DMP, ran it at a low dose for 10 days, and I'm talking a very low dose. 100 milligrams, 100 micrograms. That shit kicked my ass. I didn't want to train, couldn't sleep. I was sweating like a pig. It was freaking awful. And I could see it killing you. I mean, the stuff can kill you. And from the low dose that I experienced, I would tell people never touch it. I had to stop. It's actually fertilizer. Well, that's what they sell it as. It actually is from a blasting cap in dynamite. That was its first use. You know, the first primer charge that lights the TNT. And then later it was used as a rat poison. Because what it does is it actually changes the body temperature, brings up the body temperature. And when rats will eat it, they'll literally cook. And the same thing can happen to a human. I was an idiot for trying it. But I had so many people ask me, you know, from a coaching perspective, I had to give it a go. I mean, to a certain extent, I feel like you got to try something every once in a while on yourself before you tell people, yeah, I can freaking totally see. I mean, yeah, I was just thinking that I would, you know, what I could tell clients, and I couldn't even make it the full 10 days. And that's on what was considered to be a baby dose. No, I don't think it's sad. I think it's more in the attempt of when people ask your opinion all the time, you should be able to figure it out yourself. Yeah, it's very bad. And I'll tell people now, never use it. Never. It will kill you at some point. It may not kill you right away, but I also got to believe it. And if you use DMP and actually make it through, it's going to fuck up your inside. Like, you're not going to make it out right. That's right, Big Frank. It's fucking poison, and I think I made it 6 or 7 days of the 10 that I had planned. And, yeah, it's probably the worst thing out there. And I can say it from fucking experience now. And that's why I did it. I'm working with a girl now who's completely fried from T3. The last coach had her on 250 micrograms of it a day for like 5 months. Her thyroid's non-functional now. Yeah, Frank says Iron Mag Labs. Frank, will you autograph Syracuse Muscles poster? You guys are near each other. Who has better wings, Buffalo or Syracuse? Oh, that's a tough question, man. I'm going to say this, Dorian. And it was 92, the spring, before he won the Olympia. He guest posed at the New England show. Yeah, T3. Right now, the girl I'm working with doesn't have a thyroid left. It's awful. I just turned 2 girls Natty Pro in figure. Granted, the look isn't nearly as big, but they both came in peeled. It's just, you can do it without drugs. You really don't need them. And as far as me, I tried T3 once and it Pac-Man me. I didn't like the effect of it. Now, I've heard that the old school, if you have to do something, that the old ECA stack wasn't a bad thing. People had to mess it up by taking 30 of them and then sitting on their couch eating a bag of Doritos and dropping down Mountain Dew thinking they were going to lose weight. Oh, but back, I saw Dorian walking through the crowd with the homemade boat neck. Yeah, very strict diet. I mean, first off, the last girl was a natural ecto. I had to actually feed her throughout the prep, which it was like so counterintuitive to her. But she kept the muscle on. And I mean, it was a big natty show because there's a big natty movement, big OCB around here. was one of the biggest shows, Spirit of America. She took 16 girls in her class and then took the overall. Um, I don't know, man. I like the look. I like big chicks. I like WPD. I like figure. You know. Oh, but why I think Dorian was the most impressive is because I was a kid and he was Dorian. Now I see so many pros. It's still impressive to me, but very few of them knock their socks off of me. What guys have I noticed? And yeah, I think all girls should always be natty. I put out a video about this. Um, the shit that they're fucking with. Um, yeah, women's bodybuilding is, for the most part, pretty dead. Um, I don't know. There's still some shows, but back to chicks and male hormones. Bad things can happen. You see changes, hair, um, bone structure changes, and some of these girls jump on really young. I mean, they may never have kids because of this. Taking all these kinds of anti-estrogens, it's just not a great thing. And I have no problem coaching natty girls because I don't feel bad about it. Because at the end of the day, you got to feel good about what you do. Yeah, Denise is way popular. Isn't that right, Mandy? Yeah, no, you do. As for, I actually think Candace is perfect for figure. What I could do if I was to. Uh, that's your decision. Um, but what I'd like to say to you is research, 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 research. There's a ton of it out there. Like Mike's my age. When we came up, there was nothing. And, to figure out all we had was bro science. We had the Underground Steroid Handbook. We had one of those around in college. I played football in college. We got tested. So, we carried that book around. Read it when we were all together in the room just to see what we could get away with. That's a good reason, then. And this is another thing, especially to women, like the female safe drugs out there, like Anavar and Primo. Um, a lot of times a counterfeit. There'll be something else in that bottle. People are scum. So that's something else to consider, too, about being too poor, because they're very expensive drugs to produce from the raws. The girl I'm trying to fix now, her coach, she showed me the box of pills he gave her. There were tabs. Oh, the anabolic reference guide, that too. God, which one of them had the line? Don't worry about the Big Mac you ate, worry about the fact that you didn't eat two. Oh, but back to it is she had a box that said Anavar, but the tabs were actually printed on them with D-ball. Yeah, women should never, ever, ever, ever take D-ball. And the scumbag put D-ball on there because it's cheaper than Anavar and sold it to him for $200. Well, muscle media did change the game, man. The internet changed the game. I don't know. I don't go on RX. Nothing against it. Good. Smart move, Rachel. So I know what your deadlift max is. What's your bench? D-ball is magic. I've heard. I've heard such things before. trying not to get too involved in this. As everyone knows, I'm kind of connected to MD. So when I'm with IMAG Labs, not my circus, not my monkey. You know what I'm saying? Nice. 175 is a respectable bench. Very respectable. You know what's coming next, Rachel? What's your squat? Andrea LeClaire, how are you, honey? What's up, you dirty hooker? The internet's changed everything. It really has. Nice. You should possibly think about competing. You have some nice numbers. A lot of dudes can't do that. Thanks, Greg. Thanks a lot. Yeah, Greg, I mean, you're older than I am. And Cox is here. What was I going to say? We just had magazines. And trying to figure out stuff out. But once the internet blew up, I mean, it even changed supplement contracts. I mean, magazines are dying. This is the future. God, I can remember waiting, like a month to find out contest results. Yeah, I'm going to be 44 this year, dude. Oh, completely off topic. Did you see Tom Brady's outfit the other night? Yes, I've done movies. I, I, my favorite mag was Muscle Mag. I love Vince Garunda, and I just thought the whole thing was it all that and Iron Man. It all, MD at that point was different. It always felt like at least Muscle Mag wasn't trying to sell me anything, but the Weeder stuff was all like a giant advertisement. But but I bought all that shit. Dynamic Muscle Builder. Oh God. Um, oh yeah, God. I had boxes and boxes. I'd buy all four every month. Because I had a newsstand right down the corner. Go through them, go through them. God, do routines. God, I can remember I did Mike Christian's arms workout, and I was like 15. Like, I really needed to be doing 25 sets for buys, 25 sets for tries. Oh, nice. Charity event. You got the bug now. Flex is out of business, right? Am I correct? Or are they? I mean, they're still an entity, but I don't know if they're printing a magazine anymore. MD's a great mag. It's a lot better now than it has been. Did she? I figured her mother would have done that. Wonder what she got for them. Ron just got a box from a guy. God, crates and crates of them. All from the 70s and 80s, some classic stuff. Oh yeah, Bollock was the man. Uh, I used to work with a guy, old school power lifter. Oh, so they're going to be one, but they actually going to be a muscle magazine, or are they going to be a health fitness kind of? Or they're going to be a men's health that covers bodybuilding? It's probably not a bad move for them. Save them. I mean, hell, your average kid probably wants to look more like The Rock, whatever classic physique guy they're going to throw out there than Phil Heath does. It's easier. Yep, cover physique. You were great with MD, Greg. That was a great era, too. The Rambling Freak was some great shit. I would literally sit there fucking laughing myself on the shitter. I'm sorry I read you on the shitter, but, you know, you are from New York. You probably did see Cox compete. When you competing again, Cox? Yeah, you can still get mags in Florida. Um, like I said, I don't work for MD, so I'm not sure where. What are my thoughts on halotesting? Um, it'll make you moody, kind of toxic, um, real toxic. They used to call it the boxer's drug. It makes you aggressive as shit. Oh, thanks, Greg. I mean, seriously, dude, you were an inspiration to me. You know, it's always like the guys. I mean, like I said, you're only like 14 years older than me, but it was like that upper generation. It was like the one who showed us the path. Kept it going for us. Yeah, that's probably what everyone read, the Railwood Freak. Yeah, so if you're not fighting, uh, doing a contest, don't do Halo. Not worth it. Yeah, this is my set schedule. We got a good thing going on here now. Primetime TV. I'm going to be 44 in a couple of months. Yeah, I saw that. It was very good shit. So you're going to be an arm wrestler. Two great guys to have as idols. Nice. Every Thursday. So 2 nights. I've been, because of Frank and John, I've been like watching more of this arm wrestling stuff. Thanks, Vinny. And I actually wish I learned how to do it. God, it's freaking exciting. Could definitely get into it. Well, I gotta tell you, the thing about being 44 is you still like the 20-year-old chicks. No, maybe a little bit older. Amanda, congratulations, honey. Amanda's going to induce labor tomorrow morning, everybody. Congratulations, Amanda. You got to be so ready for this. That's true, Frank. They do. And I'm single, so what the hell? Hi, honey. Yeah, you do. Greg's girl, how old is she? 20 years younger than you? Yeah, Greg isn't over 70. Definitely just a number. You look great, Frank. Freaking insane. Definitely be with you tomorrow, Amanda. I was talking to Dee earlier. Gonna get some jerky. Okay, besides Red Sox Yankees, pizza. I like New York pizza, and I'm from Boston. Now, the person from New York, Boston pizza sucks. Someone else has it from the rest of the country. It's pretty damn good. It really is. The thing I like about New York is there are better places. Some are good, some are bad. Yeah, I'm gonna still do my gym vids too, and throw out the training videos. Thanks a lot, man. I like making them. I've been training so long, and I have so many injuries that I had to come up with different things. I got really banged up while playing football. Yeah, New York, any pizza place you go to is damn good. And slices. How good are slices? Kelly's roast beef rules. Yeah, I've done classic. Yeah, exactly, dude. I love going up to a pizza window, getting a slice, two slices, and you gotta fold your slices. Seriously. I like a thin crust New York style pizza. But then again, like, other than Domino's, there's really too much pizza that I don't like, and I'll eat Domino's. But we do have bakeries around here who make respectable Sicilian pizza, but that's a whole different thing. Why do they call us massholes? Because we're assholes. Seriously. The thing about it is, think about why Boston and New York have such a rivalry. We're a concentrated area of douchebags. Syracuse likes deep dish. Oh, Mike's Pastries. Actually, across the street, Modern Pastry. I went to school down the North End, the Italian neighborhood. Modern Pastry is actually way better. Yeah, Andrew here. What club did you used to work at in New York? Yeah, you gotta fold it. I'm a complete masshole. But masshole more for people who grew up in the suburbs. Um, yeah, they're more massholes. I mean, I am a masshole, but like, I'm not the complete poster boy because did grow up in the city. It's kind of like Long Island. Yeah, the Sound Factory. Techno. Telling you, go across the street to Modern. I love Portsmouth. God, what's that breakfast place with all the friendly toast? Hyde Park? Those chicks are nuts. Oh, God, I grew up in Southie. Hyde Park's fucking baby neighborhood. They had backyards. Yeah, I love freaking, dude. Well, you live there. Best town to take, like, a chick you dating to was Syracuse. I mean, Portsmouth. It's, God, it's an hour up from Boston. It's walk around, get a haunted hotel. Yeah, no, yeah, that's why your window was, your women were diesel. Yeah, I saw a place in Buffalo. The pizza did look interesting. It was on one of the Food Network shows. It did look like it would be tasty. Okay. There's a very, very hardcore gym, Hard Knocks, right up in the New Hampshire border. Real hardcore, old school. John Cena started training there. Jose Raymond trains there occasionally. Frank Christian and myself have to bend down in there. The ceiling's really short. I mean, the place looks like a studio type gym um, from back in the 70s, and that's exactly what it is. Cramped with equipment. It's a good place. Went in the northern Massachusetts, southern New Hampshire area. Try Hard Knocks. Oh, yeah. Grammy